One time for your mind, everybody checking in. It's Tuesday night. It's 9 p.m. and we are excited to be here. Glad to see some eyes popping up on our screens. Shout out to everybody in the Black with No Chaser Money Talks group and over on blackwithnochaser.com. And especially everybody listening to us live on Black with No Chaser Radio. Tanya Boy Cannon, Mac Epps, George Chuck. We are here. It's Nightcap Knowledge. We'll get this show kicked off in just a few minutes, but right now, I got to remind you about the R&B Ribs and Rosé barbecue competition and block party going down this weekend in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, right in front of Fairley's, all brought to you by Corbel Champagne. We're going to be eating some good ribs and drinking some good champagne, y'all. Come on with it, ladies and gentlemen. Come on with it. One time for the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Begin your career in healthcare today. You can check them out at mshscschool.com or give them a call, 769-572-7490. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put the kids to bed, get that nightcap. It's Nightcap Knowledge. Let's go. Matt, get your face in the camera, bro. Get your face in the camera. There you go. All right. What's up, Miggity Mac? What time you go, man? What's happening? How you doing? Oh, I can't hear. Oh, let me unmute you. All right. There you go.
I didn't know what happened. I was like, where'd she go? She was here. Did she? I don't know. Disappearing that.
Yeah, she's being a yeah.
GG. And all those things. All that.
Those things. Matt, what you got going on, man? Give him the disclaimer and tell me what's happening, man. Talk to me.
Hey, for those who do not know, this show is rated black and uncensored. Real talk, real issues, and real solutions. We're going to tell it like a TI is. We had a great weekend. We got a little bit more energy. We got a little bit more oomph for the culture. I had my camera turned so they could see my shirt. I had wanted them to see my shirt. Had to point it down so they could see them shirts.
Oh yeah, I got my shirt on too.
I got it made. Did both of these shirts.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna move Mississippi forward. All gas, no brakes.
Straight like that.
But they remember this though. Freedom ain't free.
Fight.
TBC.
Fight. Ooh, she looks like somebody that's been taking care of babies, Lord. Love you so much. Ooh.
I was trying to find my extension cord because y'all would have caught me like 5 minutes earlier. I was in my bed with her. And then she decided to wait till 8:58.
8:58 on the dot.
To just show herself and the little cancer that she is. And she did that. Now she's with her mama. So
she had to wake up. She had to let you know I'm in this thing. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, you been laying here all this time. You were oh baby, don't play with me. I keep this house and these hands washed. You heard me? Because let me tell you something. since we're gonna go ahead on, as you said that, that's a great way to segue into the entertainment check-in.
Go ahead.
Baby, let me tell y'all, get your minds right, get your souls right, get your hearts right, because COVID is back. So I need you guys to understand that COVID is now a different strand, and the strand mocks itself of a sinus infection. I went today to get checked up because I have two shows coming up this weekend with so much happening in the world. And you're right, Kenosha, wash your hands,
Wash your
because
damn hands.
wash your hands, cover your mouth, don't hug me, don't touch me. I don't even want your elbow. Listen, people have
Mm,
been, we've gotten so comfortable, especially at concerts, with people wanting to hug. And and y'all know me, I love to hug.
yeah,
But the reality of it is we are living in a time where we really just have to be careful. And with me having a new grandbaby in the house, I have to make sure I'm on it. So my ENT was like, nope, we're going to check you for everything,
yeah,
which praise God, everything was negative. So just be careful. In New Orleans, we have heat index up to 115. Tomorrow, I think it's 110. So our mayor has issued a state of emergency. Um, I can't even think of the word. It's a state of emergency for the city with the weather, hurricane season, because it's supposed to be worse this year.
yeah,
And so we just need to practice health, safety, protection. I mean, listen,
yeah.
with you're gonna mess around and find out if that's a statement. Montgomery was a statement for that, and this new strand is a statement for that.
You ain't cussing.
Playing around with people and shooting 5 times, you're gonna mess around and find out. Our lives are important. Don't play with us. Black women, black power. Black men, black power. Let's stick together and show this unified power.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, shoot, Mac. Go ahead and tell us what the mental health moment and minute of the day of the week. I don't know. I don't know what you
Hey
got, but
man,
I feel
so
it
so
coming.
something that you can relate to is always an older but good, the perseverance. We have been dealing with a lot. COVID ain't never left. Some of us still been acting accordingly. We know it mirrors itself. I mean, it's going to constantly, reproduce and change, but don't give up. And it's so much things that are attacking us and feel like that we are being attacked on every different front, but we can't give up. We got to continue to fight. This shirt has dual meaning. As a big shout out to Coach Freeman. His gym is called Keep Swinging.
Yeah,
Never give up. When you get against the ropes, keep swinging. Never stop punching until you just got to hit the ground. But don't never just sit up and then drop your hands and give up. So we got to continue to persevere through all these different things. We got heat index. We got craziness happening all across the country. Gas prices, food prices, and there's so many things, and people are struggling right now. And we just want to encourage folks: don't give up. Keep fighting. Don't give up. So that's it. Perseverance.
hey man.
What you got, Chuck? Tell them what the groove is.
Perseverance is key. And look, I'm gonna tell you this: we had a perseverance of a weekend between all of the activities, but it was well worth it. And let me I'm going to not maximize myself, but I want us to have a quick conversation about what it means to be under construction. That is where we are right now in terms of what the groove is. We are under construction. We did a men under construction conference, and it was a partnership between two awesome organizations based in the city of Jackson. But it was about um, making sure that men know that they're under construction. Like, you have to have the right building blocks, your foundation, your footing, your frame, your columns on your front porch. What are the things that you're putting into your body? How are you taking care of your body? From the crown of your head down to your feet. And then we had a brotherhood breakfast where we had a chance for men to talk uninterrupted. Breakfast was provided by the Epps Institute, and we had it at the Village Kitchen, and it was truly a rewarding experience because I was able to kind of sit like a fly on the wall and observe because I was the note taker in a sense. And to see, we had the youngest is 13, and then the eldest somewhere in his 50s, and there was not a moment in the room where there was not connectivity. And the day before, I think we had brothers in the room from the youngest as when Jackson and McRae was there, they were 5 and 9, but for sure 13 all the way up into their 70s. And to have that assembly of black men in a space talking about what it is to become a healthier version of ourselves collectively, and how it plays into what we do to move Mississippi forward. So that was the groove. Like, you can't ask for a better groove than that. We had healthy food, we had healthy space in terms of the COVID protocols and all of that. They had hand sanitizer and water all over the place. It was really a good time, a variety of topics, and we were able to capture some of those, through our documentation. And I'm thinking that the Institute for Advancing Minority Health will be sharing some of that information soon. But at the end of the day, the outcome was getting all of us into this Black Men's Health Equity Council so that we can do more of these activities and call ourselves and our brothers and our families and our communities to be more healthy. So that was the groove. Mac, if you want to add anything to that, Tanya, if you want to, chime in on that, because I know you've been leading more of these types of conversations in your community too.
Man, I think it was really good, man. Talking about health, as Chuck and I say, what we talk about and when we have conversation is health and wealth, family, what we need to do for family, what we need to do for self,
Yeah,
about us staying healthy. One of the main things we said under construction, we talked about with financial stability and what that looks like in 2023. When you start looking at your retirement, when you're 40, you start looking at retirement a lot closer and what that means to you, and also being able to have enough money to take care of yourself. So it's all most of what we're saying is about our decision we make that takes care of our family, and even make sure that we are healthy so the family won't have to take care of you.
yeah,
So it was definitely good information. Definitely got more of those coming up. And also what Tanya talked about earlier about environmental, we actually getting ready to do what is global warming workshop and how does it affect the average person. So we're going to talk more about that because that's what we're seeing. That's why we have
yeah,
these crazy temperatures and this flooding and drought and all these things that are happening right now. And we just got to break it down to the average person and how that affects you and what you can do about it. So that's coming up pretty soon in August as we get prepared for hurricane season.
yep. Well, look, man, Tanya, if you don't have anything, we want to jump straight into the conversation about the Battle of Montgomery.
We need a drink for this now. We
We
need a
need
drink. What y'all drinking? What y'all drinking?
Wait, before go ahead and pour your drink. Before you say that, I do want to talk about really quick in October 11th through the 13th, I'll be in Fort Walton Beach
okay.
for the I Am Her conference, where this is a conference where First Lady um, Bishop, I want to call her Bishop, she is Bishop Love. She's leading a women's workshop about women just understanding who we are. I am her. I am her hair. I'm her eyes. I'm her mouth. I'm her mind. I'm her sensuality. And I will be overseeing and facilitating the I am her mouth workshop, which we're going to talk about what we speak out of our mouths,
Yeah,
what we allow to manifest. And so when we're talking about being under construction and how we are building it as women, we often have these conferences with all men, all women. And I feel like for at least one conference of all men, there should be one Black woman there, right? And the reason I say one Black woman and vice versa, because we couldn't be here if it wasn't for a man, right? And so we all work hand in hand. But I feel like we need to understand, especially with this, this new sentencing of Tory Lanez of 10 years in prison, we need to understand that the Queen Mother, what she stands for and who she is, and how we stand on her and being guided by her. And then also when we're at these women conference, having the man there, the king, we need foundation with our men. And so it's having that understanding and understanding our place. I've as the older I get, I'm not so privy to or I'll just say it. I don't mind sharing that I'm not one to um, not the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
but everything that's in the Bible has been contextualized based on where we are today in time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I also believe in going to the water as ancestors lead. And I thank God for that connection to be able to talk to them as they guide. So I share that to say that we're all always going to be under construction with, as Max said, with the way things are changing and times are happening. We're going to constantly be in a place where we have to learn to work together, build together, so we all can be on a firm foundation as one.
Yeah. Let me say this: there were not women in the room, but they were in the conference, and in true uh fashion of reverence, they opened the conference up
I love it.
and set the stage to make space for men to have a conversation and know that they were supported by the women that loved all of us and love all of us in that room. So
I love
we
it.
following the program.
I love it. Let
So
me let me get something to drink. Go ahead.
get you something to drink, and then ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have our brother CJ Lawrence that will be joining us tonight. Let me go and give him some applause. Bring him in the room.
What's happening? What's up, y'all?
And buddy, I'm trying to tell you,
What's
this
good?
has been a conversation.
What's happening, man?
Hey,
Shout
man,
out to chairman.
the
You know what
chairman.
I'm saying? Shout out to the chairman of the board. Yeah.
The
We
chairman.
ain't seen the chairman like that since Fred Hampton
Hey, buddy.
on everything, man.
Brother chairman. The chairman.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Look.
sir.
Look, man, how you feeling? Let's do a check-in with you, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I was trying to get on here while it was 30 people on here, but it's all good. I'm feeling great, man. I'm happy to be here tonight.
Yeah.
Happy to be here with y'all. And I feel like, it's been a lovely few weeks for Black with No Chaser and for Nightcap Knowledge. Last week's show was so good, man.
It was. It was.
I enjoyed y'all last week, man.
But look, brother, we appreciate you. And all we trying to do is do what Chap say, go and grow.
And you're doing it well, man. It's beautiful, man. It's this week has been beautiful. You didn't wake up like the next day after watching that video at least 100 times and say to yourself, "Damn, I feel good to be Black today." Like you didn't do that.
Hey,
I've been smiling while Black this whole week because of this, bro.
Tanya just popped some champagne.
I feel it. though. Pop
Damn, I love being Black, baby.
Hey, pop
Listen.
bottles.
I
She
love
popping
being
bottles.
Black.
Oh,
I love being Black every day.
Pop bottles.
I love being Black every day, but it was just a special, like it was a special waking up. I mean, you didn't float the next day, man. Like
cherish.
What?
Feeling real cherished. I cherish the day. I cherish the day. Notion. Cherish the day.
Don't go astray.
That's right.
Hey, right now we need. Everybody ready to get some swim lessons.
If you
listen.
Cherish the
Aquaman.
day.
Shout out Aquaman, aka Swimming
Aquaman.
Neutron.
Aquaman.
Aquaman. They done call him Aquaman. They done call him Swimming Neutron. I done heard so many names.
Swimming Neutron.
Yeah, Swimming Neutron. They done call that brother. Shout out to the young brother. He's 16 years old, man.
And but you could tell the way if you watch, because the video is in, I would say like 4 to 5 parts, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say in the second part, after they walked over to the boat to remind them, or to just to let them know who y'all were playing with.
Yeah.
Pokey felt. And there was a sister in a red shirt. The white guy had grabbed her around the neck. Next thing you know,
hey bud,
Swimming Neutron
was
right. Swinging like Mayfield, Tyson, all in one. I said, that baby, listen, don't play with him.
And it ain't easy to swim with clothes on, with khakis on, dog.
Yes, and boots. He had on shoes.
They said Timberlands. He had to do the mission.
He jumped off a boat, dog. Like that's the energy, dog. Like
the Negro Navy
off a ferry boat. Yes,
the Navy Sea
swam across that joker, man, and save Mr. Leotis. That's what Rita Brent named it.
Y'all didn't notice one thing. for us wrestling fans, it was a whole you in Alabama, right? So there's a lot of black folk that watch wrestling. You
Yeah,
Right.
saw a whole lot of wrestling moves. Cause
yeah,
old buddy Phelps, he did a belly to back, he did a DDT, they got a chair, they did
But
some
yeah, bro.
clothesline.
It,
Kamala was smiling.
that
Kamala was
was
Oh man, listen, JYD was smiling.
Them
that was
smart
listen.
dog, baby.
listen, Coco Beware, the spirit of Coco Beware came down and rained upon. I'm talking about now.
You just
It
killed
was
Coco
it was a,
Beware.
a culmination. Of, I mean, I thought Coco been gone for a long time. I don't know, but but, but listen, man, like it was amazing. Like on a serious tip, it was amazing to see that type of unity amongst us, and I believe that if we had witnessed that anywhere, I know if we witnessed that in Jackson or it would have been similar results. And to a certain extent, I think they know better than to try that in a black town.
Hey,
So
but I mean, real live talk though, man. Real live talk. Montgomery is black.
the gump,
It is the
they got a black mayor. Shout out to Steven.
yeah. Got
And
police
a
chief.
black police chief. And so and they have been handling this in a very black manner, in my opinion.
I agree. Let's talk about the chief's comments because the way that he opened his remarks.
Do you have it, Chuck?
Let me pull it up right quick because I know
While you pulling it up, I
Go ahead.
will say there were a couple other videos surfacing that there was a memorial walk that took place before this happened, like 2 hours before,
Oh,
in the same vicinity, on the same waterfront. I want to say, I know it was in the area, and they ended up bringing the walk to the waterfront, and then this happened.
And then the
what
other
was the
part of that,
what was
Trump just did a rally there in Montgomery.
yeah, like a day or two before.
They were
Right.
supposedly they were celebrating an independence, a black independence something. I know it was a
Okay,
walk. I'll do my research on it. But there
okay.
was a sister who posted that moment, and I was like, wow.
That
And
was a
so,
lot. I'm sorry.
yeah,
There was a
yes,
lot of little interesting tidbits about that
yeah,
area. Uh,
yeah.
uh, I, the sister who who did the research for what was the name of the project 14 project
That me, man.
1469 or what was the project? I don't remember the year,
16,
but
You talking
19?
about
yeah,
1619?
1619. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that did the 1619 project.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
came down here trying to interview Brother Howard.
She actually spoke about the fact that the port where the
River.
rebellion occurred
Mhm.
is actually the former place where enslaved people were traded. Like that's the port where they docked
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Alabama, and well, one of the ports in North Alabama, and and sold enslaved people. And so I'm pretty sure them spirits was
Hey.
Oh
moving in
yeah.
the room at that moment. So
Shoot.
yeah. Okay, I'll let you do your thing, man. My bad.
Go
I'm gonna
ahead, Chuck.
say
What you got?
it was definitely some spirits moving.
Oh yeah.
Time is
I,
filled with swift transition.
I'm gonna
Hey.
point out. I'm gonna
It's some
point out
spirits left the
as
body.
many of
It's
the
some spirits
iconic
left some
moments.
bodies.
I'm gonna point out as many of the iconic moments as I can once we finish watching this press conference.
All right. We're gonna do the opening remarks from the briefing as it relates to the Battle of Montgomery. The Alabama.com is calling it the Montgomery Riverfront Brawl, but this is the police chief talking right here.
Chief Darrell Albert, Montgomery Police Department. Now, I'll kind of lay out the facts as we know them now regarding the incident that took place on Saturday, August 5th, 2023 at 7 p.m. There were several events taking place on our historic riverfront. Positive feedback regarding a school event hosted by the Montgomery Public Schools and Hyundai was taking place at the amphitheater and nearby train shed.
Yeah, there you go, Tony.
The Harriet II river cruise ship was fully operational, operating from a designated docking space along the river. The Harriet takes passengers on 2-hour tours up and along the Alabama River throughout the day. On this day, there were 227 passengers aboard that vessel. The incident occurred between a co-captain of the Harrier II vessel and a private boat owner and his family.
Mm-hmm.
As the Harriet attempted to dock in its designated space, designated and reserved due to the gangway access as well as the mooring requirements,
We got you, Mike.
the private boat was docked in its space, prohibiting safe docking of the Harriet. The captain of the Harriet remained away from the dock for nearly 40 to 45 minutes as he attempted to contact the operators of the private boat via PA system. They were only responded to with obscene gestures, curse words, and taunting. The co-captain was then picked up by a separate vessel and brought to the pier in an attempt to have a conversation with the private boat owners and or have those boats moved so that the Harriet could dock. A confrontation ensued between the co-captain and Mr. Pickett, the co-captain, being attacked by several members of the private boat. Several members of the Harriet II came to Mr. Pickett's defense, engaging in what we all have seen since on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a timeline as the way the calls came in and the Montgomery Police Department.
You gonna go through the calls,
The
or
original
you?
call came in at 7 p.m. as a typical disturbance. The call.
No, we ain't gonna go through the calls,
captain of
man.
the Harriet was
I just
very
wanted to get
calm
through his
and not in
opening
distress.
remark.
As additional calls were
But I was
received
trying to also get
at
what Mike Jackson shared in the comments. Mike Jackson got the link for the woman that dropped the flowers for the ancestors in the river. So yeah, I was trying to get that too. But
Okay.
What I think further on in the comments that the chief gave, he basically, in my opinion, he alluded to there were citizens that came to the rescue of
Oh yeah. I mean, what?
and that was just trying to do his job.
Oh yeah. I mean, what he said, attacked.
Yeah.
He used the word. He would that the
Yeah.
man was attacked. Once you use the word attack, once the police have determined someone has been attacked by someone else, now you can then defend yourself. Right. And so what we witnessed, you know, I mean, it was pretty straightforward. In the event that man was jumped by about, I would say approximately 8 to 10 people. I'm not exactly sure the exact number.
Trying to figure out how you get that many damn people on that small ass pontoon boat they had.
I mean, you know, that's what they do. So, I mean, they jump him, and you know, as soon as people can come to his rescue, they do come to his rescue.
Right.
And you know, we know that what ensued as a result. But at that point in time, the defense of others transfers, right? So you have the ability to defend others. And that's what you saw the Black Avengers doing. You saw, you know what I mean? You saw Aquaman jump in the water. You saw I've seen so many, somebody named I think it was Hulk Keon. So I mean, you saw all of this
Wakanda was
I want to just, I mean, I want to shout out the unity that we witnessed. I mean, it was so
Captain Black America.
It was the blackest. It's one of the blackest moments that I witnessed in history. From Co-Cap throwing his head in the air.
Hey boy,
when he threw his head in the air, I was like, oh, it's on, dog. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what I heard when I saw that man throw his hat in the air.
What you heard?
I heard Tanya Boy Cannon say, "Oh my God!"
when he threw that hat in the sky, dog, and proceeded to do the shmoney dance.
Listen,
bro, he put
it was a way you saw him turn it to the back the first time,
and
when he turned it to the back the first time, he was telling the dude whatever. He walked away. He turned it back around to get back to work. He turned around again. It was almost like a code. On the third time, like
he threw the, what was out there?
He threw the signal to the sky, and then everybody knew what time it was. And honestly, he was really putting pause on the first dude that confronted him. Like
Exactly.
he was getting him, and I guess they saw him getting got.
Yeah.
Alicia
so
said,
they-
"Hoo-hoo."
And so they jumped him. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You
hey,
know, can I say this? We are some amazing people, man. We are so powerful as Black people, and we're even more powerful with that man, that something that no one can infiltrate. Like it's something, it's so powerful, right?
They can't imitate either.
They can't imitate it. They try, you know what I'm saying? They try so much. And I feel like if we could take that same energy daily, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, absolutely. Like I think you're right on the money, and why I think you're witnessing so much Black joy. Shout out to the bros, by the way. I saw you. 75, we saw you.
75.
75, we saw you. 7D, we saw you.
7D,
and so it's, I mean, like
it
was like the perfect storm of goodness for me to witness. Chairman, we saw you. You know what I mean? Get you some legal representation, Chairman.
What about the dude in the blue?
We are working on. I'm trying to rally Black attorneys in Alabama. So Black attorneys in Alabama, if you're listening, Black organizers in Alabama, if you're listening, we've been looking for a legal defense fund for this entire event, but for the people who defended the co-captain of the ship. So if y'all have some information that we can share, please provide that to us so that we can then provide it to the masses, so that we can then start this process of raising funds for these people who may need legal defense and representation.
They're definitely gonna need some legal defense. We know that for sure.
Yeah, I mean they want the brother who's who's you know affiliated with a chair to come in and talk. But I'm not advising, but I would say that it would be a good idea to get representation before making any comment or before showing up anywhere.
With some money on hand. With
that
dude
with a bail.
That dude was your true example of usher board number 1
and number 2.
And number 2.
Let's talk about Montgomery.
Because that was number 2. That was usher board number 2.
That was we talk about Montgomery, Alabama, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we talk about Bloody Sunday. You know, from Selma to Montgomery, we talking about
and from what the police chief offered. These gentlemen are also from Selma, and I think one of them was from Orange Beach. He did not allude to who was from where, but there are 2 people that have already coordinated and communicated with.
Now, who is gentlemen?
Like the Negro people that was out there with them hands. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know where they from, and you know,
I'm just going back to what because I watched the entire press conference.
Okay.
And the white folk done turned themselves in.
Okay. Well, now some of them got warrants. That's warrants for some, unless they turned themselves in today. That was 4 warrants issued.
Yeah.
All of them was for the attackers of the co-captain.
Yes.
So none of the warrants that's been issued were for us.
No. But they asking us to come in for questioning.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta look back at a couple of those videos though. Like one, who was the dude in the blue? The stocky dude in the blue. The other thing is, did you see security and how much energy they did not have? They sat up there on that top deck and just looked and watched the black folk go in.
Man.
They didn't even try to go down there and break it up. Because they all work with old buddy. But old dude in that blue was throwing some thunder cookies.
It was a lot of people in blue that pulled up. Like, and that was obviously the
workers.
Crew. Right. Shout out to the workers.
Co-workers, man.
They wasn't going. None of them was going. Even the first the little white boy wasn't going. He was 16 years old.
The driver that took the co-captain from the boat over to the dock so that he could try to get to space.
Right. He was on the right side of history.
Yes, sir.
But one of them hit him. One of the
they pushed him. They shoved him off.
One of the ones who got an outstanding warrant. They shoved him, and now his parents press charges as well. Against them, against the wrong side of history. And so, I mean, like when you look at and shout out to the announcer, the lady who was commentating
Oh
on
boy.
the first video I saw. My
Yeah.
God, listen, sister, I don't know where you at,
Hey,
but you are you if you ever want to pull up the Black with No Chaser anytime
we got you.
and tell your stories, listen, we got you, because you put on a time was had when I was listening to you commentate that story. You know what I mean? Look at him, he jumped in that water. I said,
Look
I
at
mean,
him.
when you think about the South, though, when you think about the South, and when you think about the legacy of struggle that we've experienced all across the Gulf South and the Southeast region as a whole,
Yeah, yeah,
then you understand, bro. Like when you saw them swings with the fists, even when you saw chairs,
yeah.
that, bro, that was I'm swinging at Bull Connor, I'm swinging at George Wallace, I'm swinging at the fact that 4 little girls got bombed in a church in Birmingham. I'm swinging at the fact that Dr. King was murdered in Memphis. You know what I mean? Like
All
that
of
was literally rage that's been built up for years. And the more I've learned about Montgomery, and the more, even in these last few days of trying to coordinate organizing, I'm
right.
not saying it's a different type of, it's we are blessed in Jackson with the level of organizing that we have in Jackson, from the work that y'all do, Mac, Chuck, with Mississippi Move, to the work that's being done by
So Michael.
Rakia and People's Advocacy Institute, and all of the organizations that we have that have infrastructure and are connected with one another.
Yeah,
Because what I'm finding as I try to tap into what's going on the ground, there is a disconnect
there's a disconnect.
as far as the organizing level is concerned. But
Yeah,
we saw unity on the level of
on the
action,
ground.
on
Yeah.
when it came to action, activation,
Uh,
we saw it in real time. And so the thing that you have to talk to or speak to is sustainability, in whether or not, I mean, when you talk about Alabama, that's where the Black Power movement began,
yep.
between Alabama and
Where the Panther
Mississippi,
came from.
right? Lowndes County, that's where the Black Panther came from.
Yep.
When SNCC went down there, and Kwame Ture and the leadership of SNCC at that time were trying to get Black elected officials in a majority Black elected town that had never had a Black elected official
And them
in the
folks were brave enough to
1960s.
do it. They were
Right.
brave enough to do it.
And they went for it.
Yep.
And so when you think about all of those things, like Alabama is obviously right. I mean, the dynamics between Alabama and Mississippi are not that different,
Cousin.
right?
Kinfolk.
But we are a little bit, the way that we have mobilized on an organizing level is distinguishable from what I have personally, and this is no disrespect to Alabama in saying this. I just think that it's ripe for the opportunity to organize based on, and to utilize this moment as a means or a vehicle to begin to organize in a manner.
Your analysis is speaking to what the type of development or the type of connectivity that Mississippi has been able to maintain over the years.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think some of the things that we got to lean a little bit harder on is how do we maintain control and politically,
because they
how do
got,
we
I mean,
maintain control politically? Because in this particular situation, we reacted to something, but
right.
how do we work for 8, 12, 16-year cycles so that we can make sure that not only do they know that we'll come to arms, but also we are prepared for the political fight? Because I mean, them hands is one thing,
Right.
but we got to look at it from all sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. You go ahead, man.
No, that was why I was just reading the election results, because
Mm-hmm.
just seeing the fight that Chris McDaniel just gave Deborah Hosen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we talking about those results, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm.
When you start to look at when you put your back against the wall, every so often the U.S. have a major conflict with another foreign country,
Uh-huh.
which everybody put aside their differences, and now they want to focus on that person or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
But for us, as we've been forced to be a part of different groups and been again, clone Tyrone, been miseducated. When we understand the system and what the system produces is our true enemy, then we are able to let the little things that me and CJ don't like about each other go and put that to the side because we know we got a greater fight ahead. That's one of the things that we got to keep that momentum going and build off of that momentum versus just reacting out of emotion. But I am truly happy that they acted because a
Yes,
lot of times we've seen
absolutely.
situations where folks are just holding cameras.
Hold the
The
camera.
crazy thing about it, we had to do an advocacy. I had to do an advocacy workshop, and I had just said that about to Chuck in
Right,
the advocacy workshop that Saturday. I just talked about it. Like, hey, if something happened to one of us, we're not holding no phone recording it. We need to
right,
be getting busy. We need to be doing something. We got to get CJ out of that situation, right? And for that to happen, um, let you know that you got over a certain level of fear to get
right.
involved physically. You won't
Absolutely.
worry about yourself right then. You won't worry about consequences.
And they
You
have to
just
have
put
a
your
certain
hand on
level of
one of our people.
entitlement. They got to have a certain level of entitlement to believe they can do that.
Yep.
But
To even
history has
believe.
shown that they could do it, and that they do it and get away with it.
Hmm.
January 6th made those folks feel that they could do anything they want to do and nothing happened to them. But
That,
Right.
that's where
again,
the chill came in. That's where the
when
chill
you
came in.
when you start handing folks their ass,
Yeah.
as old folks say, right?
Uh-huh.
And Brother Hollow will tell you about one of those stories about for back in the day.
Yeah.
When you started doing that, because they already got a natural fear, then they're gonna think twice about putting their hands on their sister. When they put their hands on a sister, and 14 or 150 of us show up,
Right.
Come on.
then they're gonna think twice about when they do that type of stuff, regardless of what profession you in. When you put your hands on our people, we show up and support. Then we turn that energy away from us and start
Mhm.
focusing on something else. Now you like yourself more.
Yeah.
Now you have a purpose,
Right.
right? You have a drive, you have a protection, and which
And
was part of the manhood conversation we had about
okay.
protection. You
I
know,
think
and
I think what you're saying, Mac, is right on the money from the standpoint of like I think that's where the joy in this moment comes from is in knowing one how often this has not been the case, how often it has been.
Yeah.
A lot of people have just turned their eyes and looked the other way as wrong has been done to somebody. But in this moment, um, nobody looked away and they didn't let it slide.
Nah.
And if this, if you know, if this is the tone that is set in this moment, and that tone continues forward, then it is empowering to know that you know if you fight back, you aren't alone. And then the lawyers have to say, hey, if you fight back, you ain't got to worry about being represented. We
We got
got you.
you.
And if the community says, oh, you ain't got to worry about being able to pay for your lawyers because
We
we
got
got you.
you. Yeah.
And that's how you begin to build systemic power uh to counter systemic oppression. And I think that's why it's so powerful. I mean, it's hard not to watch that video every angle and not feel something, man. When I saw that boy jumped in that water, man,
Boy.
that's when I sent out my message and said, look, I don't have a license in Alabama, but for any lawyer, any person who needs assistance, I will offer my legal services. I will research for you. I will help you develop a theory of the case for your defense. I'll do everything in my power that I can do. Outside of go in the courtroom with you. I even go in the courtroom with you. Uh, if if uh if the court allows it. But we have to collectively, and like that's why I called out to, hey, my fellow attorneys all
Right.
around the country, and like attorneys start rallying in and say, hey, I got you. I'm in California, but I'll do this. I'm in New York, but I'll do this. And like we have to challenge each other in that way. And I think that's what we saw happen, man. Is
there you
even
go.
if I wasn't
There you
there,
go.
I'm ready to swing with you, dog. I'm ready to swim with
There,
you, dog.
there you go, CJ. Hey, Oh, and the co-captain got some offensive linemen in his past history. Cause you see
What?
them feet moving. Did you see him pushing? He was
Hey,
driving.
yeah. Hey, man.
I think the good thing is we're talking about all of the
Y'all keep
great
showing up.
moves moving forward, progress, unity, and let's not forget once now that Saturday has happened, we need to also make sure that the mental the mental is stable, because now that's going to be something that's relived in their minds. And we talked about it tonight that every time that chair swung, it was pain, it was history, it was hurt. When that baby jumped in that pool, he wasn't thinking of anything but I got to help my brother, you know. And so when he sits back and look at this, the mindset, and to think it's all celebratory with great brother, we're proud of you. There's some brothers who wouldn't do that because they were scared mentally of what the outcome would be.
Mhm.
They're scared to raise their hands because they've been threatened by a judge. If you do something one more time, this is going to happen. So
Right.
when we start talking about the mental, we need to also make sure that there are some mental health professionals in place
Mhm.
that's going to be supportive of everyone in this case, to make sure that their mental is stable, so that successfully they can walk out of this feeling like they know, I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed, and we changed the situation. And so now, how do we continue progressing with a stable mind? Because we talked about stability a lot tonight. And so I just think that's something that we also have to keep in mind, is making sure that our brothers, our sisters have a peace of mind moving forward.
Facts. That's absolutely true. A lot of social workers have spoken up. I mean, obviously, Mac is a master social worker, so I mean, a lot of people have spoken up and said, "Hey, I offer these services," and it's just beautiful to see that. It's beautiful to see a village come together in that way and say, "Hey, look, this is the skill that I can provide to this moment."
Yep.
I can't be there physically, but this is the way that I can show up for my community, because I saw how my community showed up for each other.
But
And go ahead, man.
no, I was just saying, man, it's just like from George Zimmerman
Yeah,
all the
man.
way down.
Can't stand that.
Before their ass can get locked up or anybody could say anything to them, they already have $100,000, $200,000 in their cash app. And it gives them that entitlement that they can do this and get away. Not only get away, when those folks who so called to be officers commit a crime under the badge, before they get sent home on paid administrative leave, they already been sent hundreds of thousands of dollars. But from what I heard, that a lot of folks have been cash apping young brother to help him buy him some more boots.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother said, he's 16 years old, he's a minor,
Yeah,
and she was saying like they put it towards his college fund,
yeah,
but folks were like, well, if they target him because of what he did, and you seen people that were coming in, if they look like they want to touch him,
yeah. Then it's
this
gonna be
ain't
another
stopped.
problem.
It's gonna be a whole nother
I know it's
problem.
gonna be more smoke. Can I read Alicia Ray
Yeah, yeah.
Gary's
Go
comment?
ahead.
She said, "Yesterday, I showed the footage to my grandparents, who are 88 and 76 years old, and they were so proud. They've both witnessed and experienced so much injustice, and it's brightened their day. My granddaddy, 88, started sticking and moving like he was in the fight. My grandma was so annoyed with him because he kept bumping into her and messing up her focus." Bruh, and it's so powerful. Like, but I feel it though. Like, I saw a girl showing her mama, her grandmama, the video of it
Yeah.
on the TV. Like, you know how you can use your Apple, you
Yeah,
use your
yeah,
phone to
yeah. Cast to the TV.
screencast it. She was
Uh-huh.
casting it to the TV, and her grandmama was so hyped about it. She was rewinding it over and over again. And
I,
so
I wish she could have been able to document that
yeah,
moment. Like, I know you was using your phone, but just to see the pure joy on an elder's face for her people showing up for her people. You know,
Yeah.
Ladies,
Generations,
Think about how long they've
generations.
waited.
Yes.
to see
And the
that.
generations who stepped in to help this elder,
There you go.
you
There was
know?
a 16-year-old and an elder and
Yes,
everybody in between.
everybody in between. Lady V from Kixie, Lady V, she's proud of her age. She has been so hyped. Like she's been talking about it, especially today. She's like, y'all got to get out and vote. She talking about Mississippi Move out there getting folks to the polls. We saw what just happened. Like it did her to see that happen, right? Because you think about times where the rules and things were different, and people couldn't fight back because they're gonna come back and do something to your family.
Emmett Till.
And they were so, and all of this is connected, right? As we get ready for the events for the Recognize for Emmett Till on the 27th of August, all of this is connected. All this happening in this month, right? And that energy,
like August.
Miss Mamie birthday just passed. It's so
Nat
much
Turner
happening right
Rebellion.
now.
Hurricane Katrina.
Everything happening right now, baby. The ancestors are not happy, and they want us to do something about it. And they have been very well
First through
uh,
the third.
pleased
Nat
at
Turner
what has
Rebellion.
happened on Saturday. They were just
August
happy.
21st through the 23rd, wasn't it, Chuck?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna drop a couple shirts soon.
Look at my comment, Black August.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm listen. I was making sure the grandbaby was asleep.
they
I just saw black.
they called August 5th FF, what is it, FFO FA?
FF.
I'm thinking I'm saying it right. FA.
FA.
Fuck around and find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
They call it,
FFAFO.
that's what the
FAAFO.
National Dat Day.
hey, shout out to Unique from Culture Tags because of them weekend. Look, your boy be playing. I'm like, fuck around and find out.
FAAFO.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what it is. They say that's national. That's what August 5th is.
August 5th is Black August. August 5th is fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
And look, and I wanted to acknowledge Tanya for her attempts at not cussing tonight because I heard her say mess around and find out.
You know, I mean, I'm trying, but my bloodline is that a motherfucker, and that's my favorite word. So there you go for tonight.
Hey, look, all I was trying to do is acknowledge your attempt and congratulate you in your birthday month. And speaking
season,
of
birthday season.
Oh damn, we didn't advance to a season. So
It's a
let's
season.
go and do this. We got to throw Tanya Boy a cap. Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday!
There we go.
Birthday.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep this graphic in here since
Keep
we
it,
in the
'cause
birthday
we do it.
season.
We do it every month.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Man, that cake
Simple.
look good, man. That cake made me hungry.
That cake came from Montgomery.
I want a cake for FAAFO Day. Can we get it?
Listen,
I got some black cakes.
You know what's man, listen, it's so much power that's happening.
I know some black cakes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I will mute myself right now.
No. Unmute. I'm just saying. I'm y'all ain't never seen life when he would try to when he wanted some pie. And he said, y'all got in it. So I'm like, I want me some black cake. See, can I get some?
Is it in them?
How about I make you into not today?
Not
today, Jack. I mean, like,
all right, this is great.
This is the type of power that we need in all aspects of how we move, man.
Yeah.
From how we move physically to mentally to spiritually, emotionally, like connected to one another from East Coast to West Coast. And they were shouting us out in Ghana and Europe. They were all moved by what was happening in the South and in Alabama.
Yeah.
Between Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and Tennessee, we know. I mean, not to exclude Arkansas, North Carolina, South Carolina as well, of course. But we know what this monster is that we have dealt with historically. We all been born and raised in it, and so we know what we witnessed was historic. That was a historic moment.
Yeah.
And,
Matt, what
I
you got?
mean,
Well, I was saying that we saw large numbers today, right, for us getting out to the vote. Like
mhm,
that type of stuff builds momentum. That type of stuff give folks energy that a change really can happen. And
mhm,
because one thing about us being emotional people, that when the emotion is high and positive, it's contagious, right?
mhm.
And we all gonna be down for it. We're gonna move toward it, and we've seen that momentum start to shift. That's why we always talk about reflecting back to the Hunger Game when they said never give them hope. But they
Yeah,
always try to figure for us never to give us hope, never to let us see a model on how to win, never let us learn about our heritage and
man, you
how
said
our
some
people
real
fought.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So when we see that little bit of hope, you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, we
Can
can
I say
do
this,
that.
Matt?
Go ahead.
You said some real shit from this standpoint. Usually, when we organize, it's around tragedy.
Yep.
Usually, when we rally together, it's around tragedy. It is not around triumph. And so, to know that what has is galvanizing us at this very moment is the not only fighting back, but fighting back, winning, and people understanding and perceiving it as what it was. Black man was attacked by a gang of white people. Black people came to his rescue, and they were not being treated as criminals for having done so. Historically, not only would they have been treated as criminals, they would have been, had a trial for 15 minutes in 1962. If that, it would have been it would have been over in 10 to 15 minutes, and that what they would have been moving on to next. And so to know that positivity can organize us too, that's a dope thing to point out and highlight, bro.
Look, Max saying that reminded me of a Big Crit lyric. And it kind of ties in what Tanya was speaking about in her opening remarks. Some preachers, false prophets, educated pigeon droppers using our sins to get paid, slaves. Give them freedom, but give them dope. Take away their leader because that gives them hope. Sell them dreams of changing things like they were never kings and queens before. Smile as a giant.
Yes, sir.
We big now.
Krizzle. Talk
Krill.
to him, Krizzle.
That definitely it definitely wraps and kind of buttons all of our comments up, man. Like when we realize that we are not small, all we got to realize is that we are truly connected and greater than any opposition that could ever come against us.
I wanna add to that, realizing that we're not small, and also realizing that we are here to help each other. We can be in the same field, same industry, still come up on revenue together, And so just having that,
Collaboration.
you know what I'm saying, having that understanding that we can do this together
Yeah.
as one. Be, be true in who you are, and as you're true in who you are, your truth comes forth.
Mm-hmm.
And you will notice when it's present, because a lot of people, when you find your truth, a lot of people that used to be around you will slowly begin to move away, because they are not prepared for who you are, who you've always been called to be, right? And so, with that being said, just understand that just because you can't approach me doesn't mean you can't approach me.
Yeah.
There you go. Talk to him.
Hey, we
Talk to
got
Yeah.
him,
two
T.
we got two other victories, guys, that go along with that. One, those low down dirty bastards from Rankin County were actually
Yes.
indicted, right?
Come on.
That's
Come on.
one.
Convicted.
The guy has been the people that were a part of this were actually, they are in safety. We know people personally, like they had hands on in organizing them to safety. I actually spoke with them. We actually supported. Also, the lifetime ban on voting for felons have been also adjusted for Mississippi. We don't know the time frame, but no
Yeah.
longer do you have a ban for lifetime for voting.
Yeah.
For an organization that is named motivating organizers for voter empowerment, that's big energy for us, and that's
Mhm.
motivation for us to get out there and do more work. Even not right now, like in the way down years to come. We're talking about for November.
Right.
That's motivation for us to keep that same energy going from Alabama to Rankin County all the way up.
Chris
We got to keep
McDaniel
that
has
energy going.
116,000 votes. Dog.
That's why I just told y'all.
I am
This shit is
disgusted.
real. This shit is real.
That's
That's why I was
crazy.
watching and looking at.
Bro.
You know, I don't want to get up off our positive energy. CJ, don't take us off the positive energy.
My bad, bro.
But,
My bad.
but that's what I've been watching. Like,
Man,
I guess that fight motivated them too, man.
Well, as long as they can motivate them politically,
Yeah.
but don't let them fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
F-A-A-F-O. That's the thing right there that perplexes me. Like,
Faithful.
all of the crooked and underhanded things that this man has been found and evidenced. I'm talking about, like, it is clear as day that you don't run your business right. You didn't conduct yourself in office correctly, and then y'all still gonna vote for him,
Bro. I mean,
Donald Trump was president. Understand that, right?
Same committee though.
Same people, same committee.
I mean that's
everything is connected, right? That same 16 that went to the meeting after that same ban on abortion, so that more white babies can be born, so they can continue to control your population. Everything relates to power control and using fear tactics and everything else. That's the greatest fear. And they are going to continue to do it because they make themselves live out of fear.
Yeah.
And for us as black folk, we got to live out of the same fear. We got to live out of fear that if we keep fighting each other, then we're going to lose the war. If we keep fighting each other in these small battles, we're going to lose the war. And that fear need to make us look at each other differently and work together and put all this dumb shit aside and be ready.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, that message could be spoken to anybody that lives in this world.
Yeah, they say the people united would never be defeated, man. So, if that's the case, then we saw a good example of what that looks like, bro. And I think it should be the way that we move collectively to understand what kind of power we have together. You know,
collaboration over competition, bro.
Yeah, man. Always. We literally talking about ways we can collaborate right now with others. You know, in order for the greater cause, the greater good.
Yeah.
So
we almost got into a fight at Freelance because some ass bumped one of the cues and he was about to fight the whole damn fraternity pan. You know,
you got to deal with us all now.
You got to deal with everybody, right?
Because you know,
we together. We're gonna talk shit against each other, right? But you can't touch it.
Do y'all remember they tried to jump that boy at Tougaloo that time, and everybody at Tougaloo chased them boys off campus?
Are you talking about that party?
I ain't gonna say the name, but
party at Brownlee. That party at Brownlee.
That wasn't a party at Brownlee.
Yeah,
this was.
I think it was.
It was a party at Brownlee, and they chased him to the dorm. They chased him to the dorm.
I thought you talking about the time.
No, not the one at the gym. You talking about the one at the gym with the person from Illinois.
Yeah, we chased the people that was chasing him.
Yes,
right
off the campus. I mean,
you just said we. You talking about as a collective, not you.
Yeah,
we know you weren't involved. We know
yeah.
that you weren't involved.
Yeah, I don't mean me personally. I just mean we, as in French.
Who is Facebook user? Facebook user.
I don't know. Facebook user been shouting us out though, man. Shout out Facebook. Shout out Facebook user.
Facebook user. Follow these instructions so we can know who you are. Visit streamyard.com/Facebook, and then you know what to do after that. Come on.
Yeah, man. This is. I appreciate y'all having me on tonight, man.
Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate Denise for being on with us. We've enjoyed her coups and her
shout out Khalid,
a little grunt,
bro, Cali,
all the way from LA. What's up,
sir? LA in the building.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Alicia's in Florida.
Alicia in Florida.
Yeah,
shout out.
She says a hot mess there. So
appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I know a lot of y'all new to Nightcap Knowledge, but be tapping in with some of my other podcasts like Watch Them Thrones. I appreciate y'all for pulling up on us first and foremost, man. This Nightcap Knowledge, they do great work. It's one that you should put on your schedule every Tuesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So that's 10 if you Eastern, and what's that, 8 if you Pacific.
Yeah, there you go. And
Downtime be getting skipped like a motherfucker, don't it?
yes. And then we got a lot of other episodes. This is episode number 151. So you can go search Nightcap Knowledge on YouTube and check out the previous episodes. It might be something that you could share with somebody that might need a little tidbit of knowledge, or something to put on their head before they go to bed about mental health. It could be a little bit about real estate or life insurance. We talk about a lot on Nightcap Knowledge because it's the conversations that we have with each other over drinks, or text message, or sometimes it's things that we just get the grooving on it, and it's a good time and a good conversation. So Nightcap Knowledge every Tuesday 9 p.m. and subscribe, like, comment, share.
Yeah, man.
It's worth the watch, it's worth the listen, and
It's growing.
Yeah.
It is Black with No Chaser.
Yeah.
Right.
So tune in next week. Mental Health Forum. We're back with it to talk about the mind, finding ways to heal ourselves while healing our communities, so we can continue this united front and as Black people.
Indeed.
Most definitely. Tanya, who we got coming next week?
So, I've been approached. I don't have a specific licensed professional outside of my brother Mac, but I had some musicians, musicians reach out to me.
Yeah.
And they were asking, can we just come on and talk about how we find healing through music? And I said, I think that'd be an amazing show, because a lot of people, all of us can talk about our favorite songs that we go to when we're going through, when we just need that moment to release those vibrations and frequencies. Yeah. And so a couple of amazing musicians that reached out to me, and I just have to confirm it. Once I get a confirmation from them, we'll start the posting and promo for next week's show, but definitely tune in. And we're going to continue this mental health forum so we can continue healing our community.
Man, I like it. We definitely got to get some more reminders before we get out of here. This weekend, we're in Hattiesburg. We got the R&B Ribs and Rose. So if you're in the South Mississippi area, we definitely want you to pull up on us. Mac, you got any other activities going on? I know I don't have any images or anything to throw up on the screen, but definitely want to give you a chance to plug it.
Not right now, man. The only thing we're going to be doing is getting ready for the runoff election. I'm quite sure there's going to be one, and getting ready for the pretty much explaining about global warming. That's coming up. Be shooting for that very, very soon. So everybody be looking out for the flyer. So we continue to be prepared, because we know that the Black community is one of the most underserved community when it comes to repair and rescue during natural disasters. So we want to make sure that we are prepared and ready to go.
We definitely got to do a disaster preparedness episode like ASAP. So,
and we need to get ready with our favorite song. Chuck, what's your favorite relaxation song? We need to have that ready for next week.
I'm trying to see what's going on up there in Jackson tonight.
What the favorite relaxation song?
With the votes.
Oh, we like to eat dinner and listen to "Set It Off" by Lil Boosie.
See, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. I've been getting to this tune "Star Maker" by Roy Hargrove.
Yeah,
that's been on my playlist on repeat, along with, of course, Marquise Hill, "Maiden Voyage."
I have an assignment for you.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Mac is going to participate, because I don't know if Mac has playlists. I know that Mac still has CDs. So I would like for each of you to give me 5 songs, like a 5-song little playlist.
I'll send you my In the Living Room playlist.
Send me the In the Living Room playlist. CJ, we want you to participate.
I got part 1 and part 2. So
songs we listening.
Yeah.
Songs we listening to right now.
Songs we listening to right now, or if you have a playlist that you enjoy, send me that playlist. Mac, don't you send me no damn CD.
And no boost. Well, no, that's his booster. That's his relaxation.
Look, I didn't play Boosie in my last set. I didn't play any of that. I played a lot of very cool stuff. So, Mac, if you want to send me your top 5 Boosie Why has he got the cat in there?
It's National Cat Day, man. It's
Let me
National Cat.
see.
It's
Let me
National
see.
It's National Cat Day.
Hold on.
CJ, let me see again.
Look at
I
cat.
quit.
Look at cat daddy.
Cat daddy.
Say hey, Phoenix. Say hey. It's National Cat Day, dog. I don't know if y'all knew that.
You can have them.
No,
I did
You
not.
can have them.
no, we didn't.
You can have them. I'm a bully. I'm a bully's mom.
I had to let her hang
Why
out there,
why must you be like that, CJ?
man.
Why
must
must
the dog
you?
chase the cat? But the
Why?
dog and me.
Why?
Hey, bro.
I'm gonna share the songs I'm listening to right now with y'all in a minute.
Just text it to me, man. I want to do a graphic and then we'll release it next week or over the coming days or something like that.
I'll just share my playlist and you can take it from there.
There you go. That'll work.
I have an affinity for cats. What can I say?
Listen,
Facebook user.
Between cats and black cakes, we know.
Black cake and cats, man. What's happening? It's only Tuesday, huh?
Going up on a Tuesday.
I ain't trying to get y'all kicked off the air, man. My bad.
I mean, listen, with all that you can find across this social media world, we're PG right now.
Look, this CJ right here.
Yes, sir.
But shout out September 9th, I'll be another announcement in Key West, Florida.
That race is very tight.
Key West, Florida for Concert Women of Fest. So myself and Sarah Potenza. So any fans out there
You gonna be in Key West?
September 9th. Yep. For a concert.
That's your birthday. Look at.
That Virgo that he is. That's okay. It's still my Leo season.
Okay. Hell no.
Hell yeah. Man.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go make me some music tonight, man.
Well,
and
Harmony
I mean real music.
She's falling
little
asleep.
baby. She's so cute.
I'm gonna put her down for bed and get ready for school tomorrow with the kids.
All right, man.
All right, y'all be good.
Mask up. Also, the new cartoon. I'm a cartoon character. The new cartoon is dropping soon, so I'll be sending y'all a link. It's a partnership with the CDC New Orleans, the 100 Black Men of New Orleans, about masking up, staying safe, and understanding what long COVID is.
Okay.
So I'll be dropping that soon.
Aries and his thing.
Shout out to the Leos. Aries and Leos get along because Aries
that's right.
Fire sign.
My dad and my sister both Leos as well, and my mama is a Cancer.
Me and Jack.
She's a
everybody's
Cancer.
Everybody's birthday in July except mine.
Yep. She came. I kept telling my daughter, I say, she's gonna come before I go on tour, or she's gonna wait until I come back. She came 2 days before I left.
Happy birthday to the baby, but shout out to you. That's cheers.
And if y'all know where I can get some black cake from.
You know what? I'm gonna talk to one of my booze to see if she can hook you up with a black cake.
DM me. I want buttercream icing too. I don't
no,
do
it's buttercream. It's
okay.
Real. Look at Chuck. No, get Chuck.
Buttercream icing, not fondant.
CJ say you want black cakes.
Black cake with buttercream
black cakes
ice.
With buttercream ice.
For
cake.
That's Jay. That's my son.
Fuck around and find out day.
He said, "What up, Jay? What up, bye?"
He's getting ready to head back to ULL, so I got one at Grambling and one at ULL. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I got some coming up in Lafayette, so I'm gonna make sure I hit him up.
Yeah, well, definitely hit him up. I love y'all. Let me go put that down for.
What we trying to get to, Chuck? What we trying to get to, bro?
Hold up, Candace. Candace say I was trying to keep my comments tame, and here y'all go with black cakes.
Wait.
Baby, you ain't got to keep your comments time on here. This Nightcap Knowledge.
At all.
Any and everything goes. You put something on your head before you go to bed. It's Nightcap Knowledge every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We appreciate y'all for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. Share this with somebody that needs to know some of what we talked about tonight. It's Mac, it's Chuck, it's Tanya, it's CJ. Thank y'all for checking in, tapping in, tuning in. October 12th, we're going to Tougaloo. We'll see y'all later. news and details next week. Peace out.
What's up?